Class, hello, and welcome to this project management session. I will be your tutor, Big Owl. Today, we're going to look at what is project management, how to ensure projects are successful. Project management is the discipline of planning, organizing, securing, managing, leading, and controlling resources to achieve specific goals. The objects will endeavor to create a project with a defined beginning and an end, of which the aim is to meet unique goals and objectives, and to bring beneficial change and added value. To make a project successful, the following principles are necessary assets in creating a path to completion. These principles of project management can be applied to any level or branch of a project that falls under a different area of responsibility in the overall project organization. Before embarking on a project, the aim of the project needs to be considered. It is necessary to determine and define which business or operational metrics are expected to be improved by carrying out the project and by how much. Regardless of the industry, all worthwhile projects should result in improvements to the business. For example, a project to train internal IT staff on a new technology may not directly impact profitability, but it could improve the capabilities of the organization and could boost employee morale. Positive changes in one area will often result in issues to another, and these negative impacts need to be weighed against the benefits. Other questions that need to be asked are what the expected financial resource of the project will be, and the expected period of time the project will run. Due to economics, some companies might be tempted to focus on financial requirements only, but poor use of resource capacity is one of the greatest opportunity costs any company can incur. When starting on a project, it should be determined if the project and business are at risk. Positive or negative risks should not be ignored. A project can create a product that can be a component of another item or create the capability to perform a service. The product or service can be defined by gathering research that develops knowledge that can be used to determine if either a trend is present or whether a new process will benefit society. Examples of projects are developing a new product or service, effecting a change in the structure of an organization, constructing a building, implementing a new business process. Those who are behind the project consist of the customers, the people or the organization that will use the product or service. Customers can be external or internal. The sponsor, the person who provides the financial resources. The sponsor can act as a spokesperson to the management to gather support through the company and promote the benefits that the project will bring. The sponsor leads the project through the selection process until it is formally authorized. The stakeholder plays an important role in the development of the scope of the project. Who is involved in organizing a project? There are teams of people who want or are part of the project, and they consist of the sponsor, the person who wants the project, the provider, who provides all the technical staff and resources for the project, the project auditor, he checks the project to see if it is running as it should be, project administrator, manages the audit books, makes appointments, team leader, helps the project manager produce the plan in their given area, organizes the team. Team members, the people deployed to do the work. Planning needs to be implemented through stages, and this is known as the work breakdown structure. Issues when planning need to be identified and information needs to be gathered, including the objective of the plan, the breakdown of the project into sections in order to deliver a project, assigning and agreeing a team, which member of the team will deliver the areas of work needed to progress on the project, defining who are the stakeholders, defining the purpose of the project, defining the time element on carrying out specific tasks in order to meet deadlines which have been implemented at the beginning of the project, defining costs, what is the cost of the budget, what is the project being asked to deliver, who will benefit from the project, what will the activities be, what work needs to be done, what will the inputs be? What is the duration of the project expected to be? A clear indication of what the project entails and what is specifically wanted on the project is also crucial. All aspects of planning needs to be done before the project can commence. The diagram is referred to as the scope. It is what is needed to implement a project. The three main characteristics are cost, time, and quality. Resource can also involve the resourcing of staff. When looking for staff, consider those who have worked on similar projects, who are the experts in the given areas. Can the employee work on their own initiative, or do they have to work under guidance? Can the employee manage others and deploy his skills to other people? It is also important to consider that there may be an extremely difficult task that needs to be carried out in a very short time that can only be assigned to a well-qualified member of staff. Therefore, it is vital to choose the right staff. Employing less qualified staff would mean that they could only be assigned to jobs that take less time and that will have no impact on the projects if they are completed in less time. The history or background of the staff member is also important because it gives an indication as to whether they have done this type of work before. Do they have the qualifications and experience, and would they be familiar with the equipment and the technology that is going to be used in this project? If the right staff is chosen, it makes the job of estimating timeframes easier, as experienced staff can be depended on to complete the job during the timeframe, hence the deliverables are on time. The project manager could also benefit from the experience of these staff in helping to decide on timeframe estimates, which will in effect save time in correcting any work and rescheduling, as the work would be completed with concise accuracy the first time. One staff member may have been identified with ideal skills to carry out one particular job, which requires certain skills. However, it would be in the interest of the project to employ more than one person with a particular skill set, as one employee can only work a certain number of hours in a given week. The other advantage of employing skilled staff is that they can move from one task to another without difficulty, and should have the initiative to move on to the next task when one has finished without having to be led. This is of importance when there is an urgency to get a task finished. In addition to sourcing staff, physical equipment will require resourcing. If the physical equipment is not in place, this will have an impact on time and budget, causing delay to the project and resulting in the staff sitting idle, unable to continue their tasks. When ordering physical resources, it may be of benefit to ask the advice of team members, such as the technicians, in order to place a precise order which will not require amending. The resources may include design products, materials for building, testing areas for testing the product before it is released, team accommodation, labs, staff room, workshops, stationery, office equipment, technical equipment, transport. These resources should be acquired before the work starts to ensure they are available when they are needed. There can be many different reasons that resources are unavailable, which could include machinery not booked in time, breakdown of equipment, machinery out on loan to another company. Other factors to consider are: does the resource need to be installed, such as electricity? Does it have to be delivered because of its size? Will the equipment be insured, or does the hirer have to insure the equipment? To summarize, today we have looked at what project management is, how to plan a project, people involved in project planning. Goodbye class, and good luck!